Here. This is a great topic right here. Let's listen to this video, and then I'm gonna get my commentary. We got Cam Thomas about the influence that his generation got from Steph and James Harden. This is interesting. I'm gonna get my commentary after this, but let's listen to it.
Do you think more young guys like yourself were watching James and saying, oh man, I want to play like that, or watching Steph and saying that?
I think we really gravitated towards James because James was doing the ISOs and like breaking people down one-on-one, scoring the 40s and 50s. I think Steph really changed the way teams wanted to play the game of basketball, shooting the threes, moving around without the ball. I think Steph really changed the way the teams around the league try to play. James really changed the individual play, the ISOs, the handles, step backs, the foul drawing, just all that stuff. I think James really changed the individual skill of how players wanted to play the game. Steph really changed like the team culture. You know, everybody want to shoot threes now. Everybody, if you can't shoot threes, you can't play. James and Steph are like the two for our generation. For the young guys, is just like the 1 and 2. You know, credit to those guys for changing the game. But you know, it's our time now for sure.
Steph influence on the younger generation versus James Harden's influence on the younger generation. I've been saying this for a long time. Yes, Steph Curry has changed the game of basketball, but not to the extent that people like to think. James Harden and Steve Nash and all these guys who's running that Mike D'Antonio system, they started it. Steph just took it to another fucking level. And even back then, Steph wasn't shooting as many threes. The Golden State Warriors teams that shooting these threes, that was shooting threes back then with KD, Steph, and Clay, they don't even shoot as many threes as these guys, and they not as good of shooters as Clay and them niggas. They had the real scrap. These dudes, Steph changed the game for the worse. James Harden changed the game for the better in terms of actual watchability, the content that we actually watch. We rather watch James Harden type moves than Steph Curry run around 17, 18 picks and shoot threes. The ways that Steph shoot threes so good that you got teams shooting 63s in a game. Boston Celtics in the opening night, 63s. Steph changed the game for the worse. This is one of the worst NBA products on TV that we've ever seen. That's why the ratings are going down. Even though I don't think that's the biggest problem, that's one of the biggest problems. We don't want to see 7-footers shoot threes. These guys used to be dunking on niggas. We don't want to see people just shoot three. We want to see a crossover here, crossover there. That's when you get into where the real influence is on the younger generation. Everybody want to talk about Steph, but where the real influence is, Kyrie, KD, James Harden, Paul George. Those 4 players have the most impact. Not Steph Curry, not Giannis, not LeBron. Those players don't have the influence on the new generation. The real influence is from James Harden, KD, Kyrie, and Paul George. Every new player coming to the league now, you hear them say, oh, it's KD. KD's my favorite player, or Kyrie's my favorite player, or Paul George's my favorite player. They like the players who skillful, people who can break you down. All the stuff you see in the summer, it's not running off picks. You don't see nobody in the summer running off picks, shooting a three like Steph Curry in their workouts. You don't. You see them bop, step back, James Harden. You see them in the post, posting up, KD turn around fades and all this other shit. You see them working on their handles like Kyrie. You see big man. Now you got people 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", shooting threes off the dribble. Giannis saying KD was his favorite player. Wemby saying KD was his favorite player. Tatum, when he was coming out, he said it was KD and Kobe. All these players, it's always KD. KD they always come up. Pascal Siakam, all these guys, all these new, everybody who's tall and can dribble want to be like KD, or they want to be like Paul George. You got young kids calling Paul George. Some of these young kids calling Paul George the GOAT. Brandon Ingram, KD, James Harden, Kyrie, and KD. I think those are the 3 guys who have the biggest impact on what you've seen in the new generation. It's just that Steph has been so great. Steph's ability is so great, his skills so great from shooting threes that he just fucked the whole game up because now everybody want to shoot threes. Everybody finally realizing that 3 is more than 2, and if you shoot 63s and make 20 of them, it'll be better than shooting 52s and making 20 of them or making 25 of them. 63s and you only make 2 of them is 60 points. 63s and you only make 20 of them is 60 points. 52s and you make 25 of them, which is 55%, which is 50%, you get 50 points. So you can shoot less, you can make less and get more points when you shoot threes. That's the shit that people have realized now, and all these GMs, they don't want to lose their jobs. So now they're making everything 3-point centric, where the product that we actually see on the court is ass. I don't want to see 7-footers shoot threes. I want to see niggas get dunked on. I want to see people get crossed over. I want to see people fall. I want to see people get highlight tape. None of this shit that they show on the NBA now on top 10 means anything. If it ain't Ja Morant, Jalen Green, or Anthony Edwards, who else is dunking on people? There's no more Blake Griffins, DeAndre Jordans. There's no more KD dunking on people, LeBron dunking on people, DeMar DeRozan dunking on people. Who else? Tracy McGrady, all these Kobe, all these guys dunking on people. There's no more. This shit is whack. This shit is ass. Nobody wants to see this shit, bro. Like, everybody does the same thing. Crossover, one crossover, shoot a 3. Run off a screen, shoot a 3. Pick and roll, 7-foot big man. He don't roll. He popping out to shoot a 3. Brook Lopez can't get 3 rebounds on the parlay. I hate you, boy. Who else? All these dudes, bro. This shit is trash. The product is trash, bro. We don't want to see this shit, bro. Only people who will must see TV right now, I give an NBA. Ja, LaMelo, even Ant now. Ant shooting 10 threes a game, bro. Ant, what the fuck happened? You supposed to been nets up, bro. 10 threes a game, nigga. We crowned you way too early, boy. Only people I really want to see is LaMelo and Ja. LaMelo gonna do some shit that you never seen before. This man's doing sidestep, one-legged threes in a game. Crazy. Ja Morant, he's still ducking on niggas. He's still doing jumping in the air, getting spin moves off. He doing a spin. He brought some new shit into the season. The jump in the air, spin off a nigga like Saquon. And making layups. Who else is must see TV in the league? Who else you have to see when they play? Oh, hold on. Wemby. Let me not disrespect Wemby. He is, even though I don't like how many threes he shoot, the fact that he's 7'60" and shooting threes and shooting off the dribble, that's still must see TV because it's something we never seen before. Other than KD, and KD ain't that tall. That nigga make KD look like a midget when he's standing next to him. So Wemby, LaMelo, and Ja only must see TV on in the NBA right now, in my opinion. Unless you guys can tell me something different, those are the only guys who I think are must see TV.